and welcome back to a new video, and today is episode 3, oil painting, and the last episode. I was going to do an inking style, but then I realised after remembering me doing the inking style that I didn't really like doing it. I liked the result, I didn't like the process, and I got really bored. So I'm not going to be doing that one anymore, but yeah, let's get started. Today I'm telling another story. I really enjoyed doing the voiceover last time, and the story gave the piece more meaning. Whilst painting, I usually watch a show. It keeps me engaged and makes me more likely to paint for a longer period of time, but it makes me think less about what I'm doing. With this painting, I had no show going on in the background and no story planned. As I painted her, this story came to life, and I'm going to tell you what I thought up. This painting is called The Spirit Who Haunts the Castle. Many moons ago, she was a famous dancer. The entire village knew her well, and people came from various places far and wide just to see her perform. She could take any husband she wished, but there was one poor man who caught her eye. She used to play with him when she was younger. He was the only one who gave her a second look. When she became popular, however, he became unable to pay the fee of seeing her perform, and she was crushed. One night she confessed her feelings to him in a dark meadow. She was truthful and said that he was the one that owned her heart. He was thrilled as he felt the same way. They started dating, but one day they couldn't hold the secret in any longer. So, in one of her performances, she had planned a dance that she had been practicing for ages. It was a dance that she'd always wished she could perform. She danced it perfectly, never missed a step, and after, they announced their engagement. Now she has many fans, which meant good and bad. Some men got jealous and banded together and planned the removing of the peasant boy. When she awoke the next day, she saw the scene and she was crushed. She refused to take another man for the rest of her long life. When she passed on, she came back as a spirit and reverted back to the age she was that night her beloved was taken from her. She started haunting the tower at the top of the mountain. In the castle they announced their engagement. Usually she stays up in that tower that is run down and aged with time. But every anniversary of her loved one's passing, she dances the same dance that she did that night, hopefully to guide his soul back to her. Now, I know this is a very deep story, and I do apologise for that, and I do understand that this story has been retold numerous times, but I kind of changed it a little. The little sash gave me dance vibes, and I was inspired by the Pokemon episode, where the ghost Pokemon is haunting the cliff. Unfortunately, this script is a lot shorter than it was in the last video, so I'll have to ramble on a bit. I'm really excited to start this new series. I'm going to do this really large painting. It's going to be about A1 or A0, I haven't decided yet, but I've never done an A0 one. My nan had these figurines in her house, and I'd always used to imagine them living in the countryside in this little village, and I'd love to create stories for each house individually. And now that I'm a lot better at painting, I finally feel like I'm ready to give it a go. I plan to order some new paintbrushes just for this painting. I've had my eye on them for a while and I'm really excited to purchase them. Because it's a very large painting that I'm planning on doing, it's going to have to be in parts, just so I can post frequently enough and you guys can follow the journey with me. They'll probably be about 5 minutes long, as my regular videos are. The first 16-minute video was way too long and I do apologise for that, but I'm slowly finding out what works for me and what doesn't work for this platform, as I've never posted long content before. I've only really focused on shorts. The most views I got was on TikTok and it was 200, which I was over the moon with at the time, and it was the height COVID, so everybody was on their phone. I haven't been able to make any content for a year, so I've watched more than done, and I realised what interested me, so I tried to do that for the first video, and it didn't really work for me. I couldn't come up with little quips quick enough throughout the video, so I would just mumble something and then continue painting, and it wasn't really entertaining enough. I think the stories that I'm doing are working quite well, so I'm going to continue doing that. If you've got any suggestions on what other kind of content I could do, please let me know. I'm thinking when we hit 100, I'll show you a few of my older artworks, so you can just see how much I've improved. But next video, I'm planning on showing you a teeny bit of my old work, because I want to redesign a few characters that I made when I was a lot younger, and I planned on doing this entire show with my friends. Now, I had no art skills whatsoever, so it kind of made some interesting characters. I kind of want to change them a bit and see how I would approach it differently. Okay, so I really hope you enjoyed that story, and this is the final result. I don't have the painting with me because I can't really bring it upstairs as it is super wet. But I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really enjoyed writing the story about it. This time, unlike the other episode on the watercolour, I didn't have a story planned for this one. I kind of just let the painting start, and then I kind of came up with the story as I went. I was very inspired by Pokemon and that one episode where you've got the spirit trying to call back their soldier in battle. And I was really inspired by that. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it. I had to combine a few different references, so it was quite difficult because I had to make it not look like one person and kind of make up what they look like, because I didn't want to paint myself. I didn't really have any other references other than myself, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to make up a face. But I think it worked out really well, and I'm really pleased with the results. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and the painting is on my eBay now, so if you're interested in purchasing it, please do. And also soon I will start selling coasters of my work, which I'm very excited to do. They're on their way, so I'm very excited. But yeah, bye.